And yeah, you guys also realize, right, that it would also be very easy for me as well if I actually was like pissed and I actually didn't like Smack. Very easy for me to make a video on it. Very easy. Extremely low effort.
What's good, guys? It's your boy CJ, and welcome back to the channel. Saintontas calling out Gacha Smack. I did not expect that to happen, and I'm gonna be honest before I continue with this video. I do not like bringing in other CCs that have nothing to do with these issues. And, well, Gacha Smack has already stated he's not trying to get involved. That dude's a whole family man, bro. He got a wife, he got kids. He ain't got time to deal with this bullshit. But the reason I'm making this video is because a lot of times Saintontas likes to say shit, likes to throw under the table comments, bro. Tries to say certain thing and insinuate certain things, and he thinks people ain't gonna catch on to what he's saying. And in today's live stream, matter of fact, he's live at the moment of me recording this video, he called out Gacha Smack. He said Gacha Smack should be doing certain things according to Saintontas that he's not doing. And he thinks that's really bad. And not only that, he proceeded to say that if he wanted to, he could make a video about Gacha Smack, and it would be pretty damn easy. But don't take my word for it. Let's have a look.
That Loki Gacha guy who mods for Smack, if I was Smack, I'd remove him too. Because unfortunately, right, if there ever is a situation that arises, like, bro, it's really just as simple as me saying, hey, Smack, your mod is literally doxing me. And, like, I don't know if you're aware of this, but, like, are you cool with that? Like, that's the thing. So it's, like, not a very good look at all, especially, like, I'm just saying. Smack doesn't care, just want to live life with his family. Guys, this is the thing. I think you have a responsibility to care at that point. I think you got a big responsibility to care at that point. And, well, with the way that certain creators are going, I'm going to have to bring it up. Right? With the way that certain creators are acting in the space right now, it will have to be brought up, and then Smack's going to have to be looped in. If you have a crazy mod, and you don't remove the crazy mod, then you're by proxy responsible for the crazy mod. That's kind of like it. That's like basically how it is. I'm just saying I'm going to have to bring it up at some point. And when it gets publicized, stuff like that, and we show all the glue and stuff like that, I wouldn't want to be associated with the guy. That's what I would say. I would not want to be known as the guy that has that dude on my mod team. And yeah, you guys also realize, right, that it would also be very easy for me as well if I actually was like pissed and I actually didn't like Smack. Very easy for me to make a video on it. Very easy. Extremely low effort. No real juice required.
All right, let's take a quick break from listening to the cum bucket of the gacha space and actually take a look at what it is that he's saying. But before we do that, I want to let y'all know he actually says more stuff about Gacha Smack in his takes, trying to downplay what his community does, and even some things that Gacha Smack himself has said he doesn't like regarding some of the people in Saint's community, but he doesn't care. Saint can manage his community however he wants. Nonetheless, Saint has some interesting things to say regarding that. But let's move on and let's actually talk about what we just watched. So first off, Saint says that Loki Gacha is doxing him. He says it in the clips he just watched, as well as several other times on his stream. He says he has the evidence. He says he has a video that Loki Gacha uploaded where he says that he's doxing Saintontas. He has the ultimate proof, the ultimate evidence, and I have the screenshot right here from the video. And I want you guys to pay attention to what not only is being shown to you guys right here, but what's also being said. And tell me, at any point, are any of these two individuals saying that they're going to put Saintontas information public? That they're going to dox him? If they said this in this here thing, let me know. But let's go ahead and take a look. So first off, there are some pictures of this ugly ass dude right over here, which he actually looked a lot better before. Well, before he became a crackhead in the gacha space. Loki sees the pictures and says, the man before the corruption. Foxhole says, I got everything on him. Address, friends, family, graduation. Even the school was nice enough to share. Loki says, Damn, Detective Foxhole on the case. Now, do any of these two guys in what you just saw, what you just heard, say that they're going to make any of that information public? That they're going to show his address? That they're going to tell everybody all of that? Did they say that? No. Did Loki Gacha or Foxhole make any of that information public? No. The only thing that was made public were his pictures, which, by the way, were on a public profile that anybody could see. Those pictures were floating around way before these images even actually made it into Loki's video. I just want to point that out. Okay? So right here, from the video, this is the evidence that Saintontas has to prove that Loki doxed him. Not that he was maybe thinking about it, that he doxed him. Right here. Damn, Detective Foxhole on the case. Wow, he doxed me. Right? That's the information, the evidence that Saintontas provides to blame Loki, to try to force Gacha Smack to kick Loki. Because here's the thing, Saintontas gets butthurt when his friends or colleagues have enemies of his as friends as well. He doesn't like that. He's like that one friend that if you have a problem with another friend in the group, he wants you to stop being friends with him, otherwise you're a bad friend. That's Saintontas. He's just an insecure little hobgoblin, bro. But let's continue. Number 2. Insinuates that if Smack doesn't kick Loki from being his mod, then Smack is cool with doxing Saintontas. Literally his words. Are you cool with it? Right? So he's saying, even if the scenario was where Loki would have said, shit, just share that shit, right? That Smack is cool with all of that, right? Smack, the guy that has a family, that has a job, that does other things, that doesn't get involved in all that fucking weird parasocial gacha drama, to this degree at least, is cool with it if he doesn't kick Loki from being his mod. Let's continue. Says Smack has a responsibility for what his mods think or do regarding another CC. So if one CC, which by the way Loki is a CC, has an issue with Saintontas, his problems with Saintontas, Smack has a responsibility for them. What? And it continues. Says Smack is by proxy, his own words, responsible for what his mods do. Once again, individual people. So if my mod goes off and says, Saintontas, you piece of shit, ugly, degenerate, weirdo, stalker, you piece of shit, then that means I said it. Remember, that's how Saintontas works. Remember when he tried to say I'm a factually proven racist, and he found some random comment from some random dude in my Discord that said one racist comment, and then he proceeded to say, I said the comment and I'm racist? That's how he works. His weird inbred, the hills have eyes logic works that way, okay? Keep that in mind. Says that if Smack doesn't do anything, this is a threat pretty much, says that if Smack doesn't do anything, he will be looped in to drama by Saintontas. His words, looped in by Saintontas. Keep listening. Threatens Smack, saying that once Saintontas does his videos exposing everything, Smack will not want to be known as the dude with that mod. This, once again, these last couple of things are fear-mongering. He's pretty much making it seem like he has all this bad information that could expose everything. And if you're associated with this guy, well, it's going to look real bad for you. So you know what you want to do? You want to distance yourself from these people so you don't get dragged in there, okay? He's trying to mind fuck people. He's trying to fear-monger. But what you don't understand is that Gacha Smack is a grown man and this shit don't work, bro. Just like it don't work with me. It's just not gonna work, okay? Understand that. Says if he didn't like Smack, he would have no trouble making a video on him. It would be easy, very easy, extremely low effort, no juice required. He proceeds to downplay Smack, saying that if he wanted to, he could make a video about Smack, about this whole thing. And it would be easy, very easy, extremely easy. And if he wants to downplay this and say that he didn't mean it about Smack, right before he says that, he says if he didn't like Smack, he could make a video that would be very easy, extremely low effort to make on the topic. He's trying to fearmonger Smack into removing a Loki Gacha based on shit like this. The man before the corruption, damn Detective Foxhole on the case, because this is the evidence, right? that he says he has on Loki Gacha. And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. First off, I have no idea how the hell all that information got out there regarding Loki and Foxel. I know they had a whole beef about it, but listen, at no point in there was it showed that either one of these guys says, I'm gonna release everything to the public. This is his address with the actual address leaked on the DMs. None of that was there. So if you're going to try to strawman arguments, paint narratives, understand that I am here and I'm not going to allow you to do that bullshit. We're going to call you out. And the simple fact that you think you can fearmonger Smack and threaten him into doing shit, it's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, I guess the weird thing over here was like Smack comparing John Seaman to Loki Gacha and then saying John Seaman is worse. It's like, oh, okay, so John's just making tweets like saying your takes are bad. Your mod is doxing me. Like I don't think they're equal, but like, sure, we'll say John's worse.
Still community called you Gacha Diddy and the guy who said still not banned. I heard about that. John Seaman, the biggest dick sucker in the industry for Kudo Games, apparently is still in Saints Discord.
That sounds a little retarded though, right? To say that it is kind of retarded to say that John's worse. Like I don't think they're equal, but like, sure, we'll say John's worse. That sounds a little retarded though, right? To say that it is kind of retarded to say that John's worse when John's making mean tweets about you and your mod is trying to dox me.
You know what's crazy to me? I ain't never in my entire life met someone as stupid as Saintontas. Like, bro, he could have all the accolades. He could have all the achievements and awards from when he was in high school, shit, maybe even college. But in reality, when it comes to real life, this dude is stupid. I ain't never in my life met somebody that tries so hard to paint a narrative, that tries so hard to move the goalpost and actually make his community believe his lies, despite the fact that all the evidence to prove him wrong is out there in the public in 4K. That's actually insane. He goes out of his way to pretty much say Smack is retarded for even saying that John Seaman is as bad as Loki Gacha. That's just retarded.
Like I don't think they're equal, but like, sure, we'll say John's worse. That sounds a little retarded though, right? To say that it is kind of retarded to say that John's worse when John's making mean tweets about you.
Because all John Seaman does is go online and post mean tweets about gacha games. So what I want to do real quick is show you just one example of the type of shit and the type of person that John Seaman is. The person that Saintontas is sticking his neck out for.
I don't think anyone's ever gonna go to bat for John Seaman. Like I don't think they're equal, but like, sure, we'll say John's worse. That sounds a little retarded though, right? To say that it is kind of retarded to say that John's worse when John's making mean tweets about you.
And then I'll show you more context as to, well, why Saintontas would stick his neck out for this guy. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one incident. Way back, there was a Hoyo cosplayer that sadly took her own life because she was getting harassed online. She was a black person and they were harassing her because, well, people are assholes, right? John Seaman took the opportunity to go on social media and make it a tribalistic thing. Once again, make it Wuwa versus Genshin all over again, bro. And you know what he said? Notice how it's always the Hoyo community with the little speed meme down there, the whole, right? He thought that was funny, and people have been calling him out ever since. It was because you were using someone's suicide for gacha wars. You are a clown. He was using someone's suicide, once again, as something to spark tribalism between communities. Notice how it's always the Hoyo community. Like, really, bro, we have a young woman that took her life because she was getting harassed online. And this is the first thought that comes to your head with a meme that's pretty much known across the land as one of those goofy memes to like really like make fun of shit. Come on now, bro. Really? And I just want to say something to this for anybody out there that is a cosplayer, anime lover. If you were born with some melanin in your skin, I envy you. Y'all motherfuckers got the sauce, got the rhythm in your skin. Never feel embarrassed about cosplaying. Never let people, you know, bully you, harass you because of the color of your skin. Y'all got the sauce. Y'all got the flavor in your skin, and don't ever forget that shit. But you know what? Saintontas wouldn't understand that, because this is what he thinks about black people.
What's going on? Stand on business. Okay, why do I sound black there? Yeah, I need.
I'm gonna give y'all some context to that clip. He's making fun of the way that I talk. Last time I checked, I'm albino as fuck. But somehow, he says that I talk hood and relates that to being black. He's saying that talking hood is you being black or sounding black. He's pretty much saying that black people are hood with that comment right there. And it's crazy because he was making fun of the way I talk, right? He was trying to talk hood, according to him. But instead of saying, oh, I'm sounding like Skull CJ, I'm sounding like CJ, he says, I sound black. That's the perspective. That's the level of respect that he has for the black community. Just letting you guys know this. Going back to the whole John Seaman and Cum Bucket aka Saintontas situation regarding the Hoyo cosplayer that sadly took her own life, you would assume that Saintontas would have gone off at this type of behavior. As a grown man, right, that stands above everybody else according to him, he would have said, hey man, listen, don't make someone's death related to gacha tribalism. We don't need to do that around here, right? That's what you would expect from a grown, mature person. Like, that shit's weird, first of all. Let's go ahead and see what he actually had to say.
So you see how this phrase says, notice how it's always the Hoyo community? I think I remember his explanation. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but I think the explanation was he was referring to the fact that the Hoyo community bullied that person into re-rolling. And apparently he's actually correct, because she was bullied into Sui by the Hoyo community, because she was a black person cosplaying Yae Miko and they gave her a bunch of shit for it. You're only allowed to cosplay Dea. Get the fuck out of here, right? Oh yeah, because no, wait, no, the Hoyo community does do that. Remember the Natland skin darkening, that whole situation? You guys remember that? It's not particularly surprising, right? Notice how it's always the Hoyo community going ahead and, you know, offing themselves? Or notice how it's always the Hoyo community bullying other people into doing bad things. If she was a Wuthering Waves player, I think the idea is that she wouldn't get bullied into whatever happened. If she was doing Wuwa cosplay, she'd still be alive.
If she was doing Wuwa cosplay, she'll still be alive. That's what Saintontas had to say about a girl taking her own life because she was getting bullied. And this is the guy that we're supposed to believe is the grandstanding guy out here, the morally correct, the superior individual. This fetus is the one that we're supposed to believe that? And he continued talking shit about Smack. Let's go ahead and see what he had to say.
Said you're going after Smack today because of Loki Gacha? Well, I mean, yeah, like, Loki Gacha is Smack's mod, and Loki Gacha is literally conferred to be doxing me. So, like, if you want to consider, if you think talking about that is enough to go after Smack, I think that's more so not an indictment on me. That is an indictment on Loki. And, well, being linked to that guy is not very good right now. You're by proxy responsible for the crazy mod. That's kind of like it. That's like basically how it is. And yeah, you guys also realize, right, that it would also be very easy for me as well if I actually was like pissed and I actually did it like Smack. Very easy for me to make a video on it. Very easy. Extremely low effort. No real juice required.
Now, guys, Saintontas is out here trying to grandstand over Gacha Smack, saying, how are you going to allow this to be your mod, bro? Even John Seaman is not that bad. So I'm going to show you some of the things, just some of the things that get said about Smack in Saintontas' server, and he allows these people to stay. He might have kicked them out now after I've called them out for this particular scenario multiple times, but he's allowed these people to stay. Let's go ahead and have a look.
Just like us not jumping in on his 3.1 story drama. I don't see any reason to do that. Oh, right. The other part that I forgot when it comes to the Smack situation. I also got maliciously struck after being mass reported. So, maliciously struck after being mass reported. So, Smack is also basically giving approval for that as well. By saying I'm not a victim. And then I'm like calling the ref by reaching out to Team YouTube to let them know that I was maliciously struck. Because what else is that then? If I, like, what else can my Team YouTube post be construed as other than calling the ref?
Whoa! YouTube told us to mass report! YouTube told us to mass report the channel! So I guess it's allowed, boys! YouTube told us to mass report his channel, boys! We got permission! Do it! Report the fuck out of his channel! Do it right now! Report everything! YouTube told us to do it! Spam report everything! Get him! Get him! Get him, boys!
So he's saying mass reporting, doing all of that, if over Gacha Game takes, on behalf of other people's drama. He's saying that's okay as well. So like, it just the level of tone deafness in this conversation and just like, oh yeah, you deserve, that also makes me very uncomfortable too.
Not a victim, my guy. You're not.
We were actually going to make a video defending him later this week, but we're not making that one anymore. So it is what it is. But we're not making that one anymore. So yeah, it is what it is.
So there it is, guys. We're pretty much at the end of the video, but there are some things I still want to say. Just like before, once again, this goblin is going after Gacha Smack, but he's walking on eggshells. He thinks that his little subliminal messages and the shots that he sends towards Smack directions won't be picked up, but the reality of it is, we've already seen what he's all about. Just like the clip I just showed you, what he tried to like push Smack and make him feel bad, trying to imply that Smack was cool with mass reporting and such. Now he's trying to imply that Gacha Smack is cool with doxing if he allows his mod to stay, which, by the way, never doxed Saintontas. He's trying to do that peer pressure. He's trying to do that fear-mongering bullshit while once again throwing shots at Smack, despite the fact that he's said and done all these things about Smack. His community has said and done all these things. This dude does not care. He's desperate, and the fact that he finally decided to go at Smack just a little bit more actually shows the type of person he is, bro. Because Smack hasn't gotten involved whatsoever, and Smack could absolutely destroy Saintontas. And Smack actually said, I'm not even going to pick sides. I'm not even going to attack you. I'm just going to speak my mind because you said my name last time, and I'm going to stay out of it. And guess what? Smack has stayed out of it. So it kind of sucks that he's bringing him back in, but hopefully Smack sees these type of things and decides to finally speak out on this rat. That's going to be it for this video. If you've enjoyed it, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
I have a lot of friends.
I respectfully speaking, I can't call Saint a friend. We every fucking conversation we've ever had has been on stream for content and shit. You know what I mean? Yo, this nigga CJ need more subs, Chad. I'm not gonna lie, bro. This nigga is funny, bro.
People don't actually recognize that there have been a lot of people talking to me behind the scenes. I'm 4'7", I'm 4'7", and I wear medium shirts, okay? I'm 4'7", and I wear medium shirts. Guys, I've been saying I got the best teeth in Gacha. My goal is to eventually have the rest of my fucking follicles actually develop so that the mustache connects into the chin hair, and then I finally get my goatee. They changed the shadows! Oh my god, Kuro Games! You're the best company ever!
Translucency even affects character shadows. When Changli's